Today, we are doing something a little different, and we are so excited to share this with you. Today, we have Anna from Eratu Reading Application with us, and we're going to get to know a little bit more about them and what they do for authors. My name is Shannon, and unfortunately, Amanda is unable to be with us today, but we both welcome you back to A World of Bookish Adventures. Welcome, Anna. We're so excited to have you on the show today.
Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much. This is such an exciting opportunity.
So, why don't we just start off right off the bat and you tell our listeners a little bit about your reading application?
So, Eratu is, like you said, a reading application. We specialize in romance ebooks specifically, which means our readers can download the application from Google or Apple. We're available on both, and they can dive into all the romance books that we have. Currently, some of the most popular categories are paranormal romance, especially the wolf shifter werewolf romance. That's we have so many of those. Also, mafia and billionaire and sports are becoming very popular as well. So, and we're happy to see our readers enjoying those.
Oh, and I had to tell you, Anna, I have just started to dip my toe into the werewolf shifter genre. It's not been one that I've read before, but I've started to dip my toe, and I'm really liking what I'm reading. I, so that's good to know that you have that among quite a bit other different genres on your reading application. So now that we know a little bit about what it is, um, how does it work? Why don't you give a little insight? Let's say, we have a reader that's listening that's like, oh my gosh, those are my genres. What is the process? How does utilizing your app work?
Like I said, hop on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download the application. You go in and just like on, let's say, Kindle or Kobo, you can purchase the ebook for a set price. Something that's unique about us, you can also purchase ongoing books if you'd like to, because we have readers who really love following the authors who create the story and following along. So you hop in, you see everything about the book right on the book page. In our case, you can browse and pick a book, and just with a couple of clicks, you have something to read.
Wonderful. And what was the inspiration for you to start this company?
I am a reader myself as well. And when I was pregnant with my son, my second child, I accidentally came across one of those Facebook advertisements for a book and I got sucked in. I don't know if it was pregnancy hormones or what, but I was reading one book after another, and I was reading both on ebook applications, which are more like Kindle, Kobo, Nook, or Apple Books, Google Books, but also on pay by chapter applications. Best of both worlds. And after some time, I actually became friends with some of the authors, joined many books with the readers for recommendations or discussions. And I realized that there are features, there are things that readers want, but we can't see them on most of the applications. Might be because they were very specific to romance, like seeing the spice level or more about the book or triggers. And being a web developer by career and education, my brain went, oh, this would be so easy to create an application and provide everything the readers want. Also, make the conditions much more appealing to the authors at the same time. It was not easy. it became it became a very involved, very long project, but we are so happy to have the product that we have now, and we're so happy to deliver to the readers what we wanted to in the beginning.
And how long has your app been available for your customers?
This is kind of a two-sided question because we started recruiting authors about almost a year ago, and they have been nothing but wonderful. romance indie author community is just amazing. But we went truly live with the application for the readers about 2 months ago, January of this year. We did go live a little bit last year for about 2 months, just as a beta version to get a feel how readers feel about the application, what they want, what works, what doesn't. But we went live about 2 months ago, all in all.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So we're really kind of getting in on the ground floor with you guys, letting our listeners know about your new service. So that is really exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
So, there are, and I think we all need to throw it out there. There are a lot of other reading apps. You've named a couple, there's some larger ones, some smaller ones. So what would you say sets you apart from the other reading apps that are out there?
I think this again can be answered in two different ways. One would be technical, one would be more what Eratu represents. So the technical aspect of it, we are currently, I believe, from what we know, the only application on the market that allows purchasing ongoing books with a one-time fee. So as the author writes, you can, instead of paying per chapter, which is a lot of pay-by-chapter applications or even Kindle Vella, you can actually, in this case, just pay a few dollars, purchase the entire ebook, and then get every new chapter for free. We are also the application where you will see a lot of the books that aren't available to masses, let's say as paperback or on more popular applications. We handpick those and offer them as an ebook on our application. So it's books that you can't find in many places, but they are affordable and available on Aratu.
Well, and I think that leads us to another great question what are the different price points? Are they tiered? Is it just kind of one overall for our readers? What can they expect from your app?
So currently we offer purchasing a book, I guess, in 2 3 different ways. We You can buy an ebook, which is generally our prices are very affordable, from 99 cents to, I believe, some of our more expensive books are about 7.99, but most of them are between 99 cents and about 3.99. Um, and another option, like I mentioned, is the ongoing books. Again, between 99 cents and about 5.99 or so, you can get most of our books, whether they're ongoing or no. We are currently rolling out another feature, which is pay by chapter, because we actually had some readers reach out to us and ask for it. And that again will be like a few cents per chapter, not much, which much more affordable than other options on the market. We are looking into future subscription, but that will be more like next year.
Okay. And I really think it's great. I love that idea that if a reader connects with an author who they really like, that they can just pay for, like you said, just anything that author comes with, I'm going to automatically get that book without having to search and possibly miss anything. So I think that's a fantastic feature that I haven't heard of yet on any of the apps, no matter their size.
Yeah, readers have been fantastic about diving right into that feature and accepting it. We've had so many people. I thought that readers would be a little skeptical purchasing a book that's still ongoing, for example, or buying chapters. They have no problem with that. They trust if the author has a reputation of finishing and like of delivering an excellent book in the end, readers are more than happy to follow along.
Absolutely. And one thing that I have learned from my own personal experience as well as from doing this podcast is readers become very loyal to authors that they connect with, and they will follow them and read all their things. So I think it's amazing that you're giving that opportunity to do it in a little easier way. So I think that's fantastic. I love that idea.
Yeah, speaking of that, I can't wait to tell you about our features if you think connecting with authors is something. they would like.
Well, and that is exactly what was my next question was going to be. Why don't you share about that? Tell us a little bit about your features.
So, like I said in the beginning, we are very oriented towards romance and try to deliver the features for romance readers. So, one of the main things that I wanted so much as a reader was a spice level on a book, because you see it mentioned vaguely sometimes by authors, but not something concrete. So we created a spice level from 0 to 5, and it has a little pepper icon next to it. Um, and all of our authors follow the same rating system, so more or less you have an instant idea how spicy this book is going to be by just looking at the book page.
I think that's fantastic because I know, as you know, I'm an ARC reviewer. I know sometimes ARC reviewing on the spicy level and stuff can be very subjective. And so, you know, when you do a review, if I give her 3 or 4 or something along those lines, my 3 or 4 may not maybe match somebody else's 3 or 4. So I think it's great that you, for Eratu, has said, okay, this is our standard, this is our matrix, and everybody follows the same standard. So you know what you're getting. So I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, readers really enjoyed. We consulted many readers while making the rating of what is one, what is two. There were a lot of fights on in the groups, but we came with something that everyone agreed with. Another feature I want to mention is triggers. That's again something that a lot of readers want, and we put the triggers right below the blurb, and it is hidden when you look at it originally. You have to tap for it to open because a lot of people said that they don't want to see the triggers because it's a spoiler. And another thing in our case as well, those are clickable, tappable. You can click and it brings you all the books that have those triggers as well, because we all know that sometimes we want the trigger, like we
Mhm.
don't avoid it. So that was something I was very excited about as well. Next one is tropes. We put the tropes right underneath the book name. Basically, it's tropes and tags, again, chosen by the author. And again, they are clickable. So, in case you're in the mood for, let's say, enemies to lovers or forced proximity, you just click on it and you get all the books with that trope assigned to it.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. So it's a really convenient search feature, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a very convenient filtering search feature. And sometimes you're looking around and you don't really know specifically what you want, but then you kind of know the trope you want. And in that case, it's very helpful.
Excellent. Excellent. Anything else that you have brewing as far as additions, features? Are you anything maybe to help grow your community?
We have a lot of features lined up. We are talking to our readers, trying to expand on everything we have. Some of the next features are we currently already have commenting on chapters, and the readers have been loving it. We are currently implementing notifications because, in our case, authors can reply to the comment that you left on their chapter. And I would scream if I got a notification that my favorite author replied to me. So that's coming up next. Some other things are we want to be a one stop shop for romance readers. We've noticed that a lot of romance reading happens on different applications. So you read on one application, you ask for recommendations or book discussions, generally in Facebook groups, you keep track of your books or TBR somewhere else. So we want it all to be within Eratu. We already have a TBR and shelved in the application itself. If you go to my library, you'll see the TBR right there. So no more like messy taking screenshots of the book. You can just plop them right there. And then some other things will be more like We are dreaming about a calendar where readers can keep track of their own reading progress or even rankings as they read more and more books. We are interested in providing some kind of a, this is down the line, this is not coming soon, some kind of a forum where they can discuss books or have some kind of book clubs or recommendations, things like that.
Wow.
And now,
So it really sounds like not only are you guys offering some amazing options for our readers now, but you guys are going to continue to grow, continue to add. And it really sounds like you take your readers' feedback into account as you guys are coming up with these new ideas.
yeah, we keep growing. It's our to-do list is giant, and we keep adding we keep adding things to make it more convenient and fun. Honestly, the romance reading community is that a community, and
Exactly.
the more you can talk to other readers or authors, it's so much more fun to read a book that way.
Absolutely agree.
So we want to make it, to take away the technical difficulties of it, basically just provide everything in one place and just let them have fun. And because we're a small company, we have this one-on-one communication going on with our readers and authors. Sometimes we'll have readers just message us directly asking for a feature, and we're like, give us a month, we'll have it out.
Well, and so Anna, you've shared with us ways that our readers can connect with you, ways and options for our readers. But let's say we have an author who's listening to us right now who's like, this is the platform for me and my book. So if an author is interested in your services, what is the best way for them to connect with you?
A few ways. We have an email, author.resources@eratu.net, but we are also very, very responsive on our Facebook and Instagram page. Just send us a message and we'll reply pretty much right away. We are more than happy to walk you through everything, answer any questions you might have.
Excellent. And for those of you that are listening on our YouTube page, all of that information is in front of you for you to have to connect with Eratu. So, speaking of that, you mentioned you were on Facebook and Instagram. Are you on any other social media sites, or is that the best for our readers and our authors to connect with you?
Those are the most active ones. We just recently opened a TikTok account, but that is very, very new. So Facebook and Instagram would be the best. And
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. And we'll share again on a YouTube page, your Facebook, your Instagram, as well as the TikTok links. We'll go ahead and share that with our listeners so they can connect with you.
perfect.
So, Anna, before we get to wrap up our time together today, is there any little bit last nuggets of wisdom or information that you want to share with our listeners today?
Just wanted to let everyone know that you're more than welcome to come check us out, download the application or Google or Apple, reach out to us with any feedback, any kind of questions you might have. We're so happy to communicate with everyone. We have amazing books, amazing authors by indie authors that you can check out. They love talking to you through comments, they love reading your reviews. So give it a try and let us know what you think.
And Anna, as you guys are continuing to grow and as you roll out new features, we definitely have to have you back on the show so we can give all of our listeners updates.
I would love that.
Anna, thank you so much for being with us today. I am so excited to learn more. I'm definitely going to be downloading your app on my phone to check these out, and I encourage everybody to do as well. And next week, we are going to be talking to co-authors. We'll be talking to co-authors Mikkel Meswell, and I know I have just mutilated your name, and I apologize on that, and David Tullis, who write genre-bending epic rural fantasy. There's a genre for you guys. And their upcoming book, Paragon Extorium. So that is going to be exciting. Can't wait to see you guys then. But until then, read more books and go explore. Bye, everybody.